Okay, welcome to this presentation of the mini wallet infrastructure in the MiniSuomi development environment used by the Finnish public sector in different sorts of innovative new cross-organizational projects aiming at improving digitalization capabilities among both individuals, citizens, and especially companies. Today we're going to delve into a test process or a pilot developed in the context of the EWC consortium in the large-scale pilot about digital wallets. And the use case and the business case here is KYC, or Know Your Customer, and especially in the context of a corporate client wishing to open a bank account, not only in the country of the corporate residence, but in another country. So the example here that we will show with the help of our test environment is a Finnish company and a Finnish company representative applying for opening a bank account in a German bank. So on this screen you can see the different roles and functionalities that we are going to be using in this test. Up to the left, in the left-hand corner, you see the mini wallet, which is a server-based company wallet, so-called EU business wallet for companies, and we're going to be using that when presenting data to the bank that the company in question wants to open a bank account in. And the bank's portal, service portal, is to the right, down to the right here in the right lower corner, Bank AG, a German fictitious bank. In the background, we also will show you the test material that this is based on. We have from the Finnish digitalization agency a service called Testiaineistopalvelu, test data service or test material service. It contains some 25,000 fictitious citizens with their population register information. So that it's dummy data, dummy persons, and dummy personal IDs. Then also we have almost more than 10,000 corporate bodies, companies in the which reside in a fictitious business register, and all the information in the national business registers are replicated to these fictitious companies. And then an important part in the demos, also to the upper right-hand corner, we see a portal for the Patent and Registration Office, PRH. That is a business register authority in Finland. So they store all the information about businesses, and that's where we're going to use a test portal for PRH to apply for certain attestations to the mini wallet, to the digital wallet of the company, and then present them to the German bank. And we'll show you this process in real time. Okay, let's jump into the actual process here by first searching for a test company. I'm logged in here to the Testiaineisto service, so I have access to the materials about the 10,000 companies and 25,000 persons. The translations here are Google Translate. The original language here is Finnish, and there's only a Finnish language user interface. So this is Google translation of the Finnish materials. But I've scrolled here to the end of the 10,000 companies. We could just take one, for instance. Let's take Zactric testifirma. Here's the trade register information about this fictitious company, and we see here that we have some basic information like a business ID and addresses and things like that, and then also the corporate roles, so we know which natural persons can represent the company. And we have here the managing director and the person's, not the name, but the personal ID, the national PID number of this person. So we can use this and start our process by copying that one, and then actually we log into the mini wallet. Now the login here could take place with the help of a EUDI wallet for persons. So we could actually scan this QR code and log in as a person with the help of their personal wallets. But we'll do a shortcut here using the existing Finnish authentication and authorization services via the Suomi.fi button. So we click on the Suomi.fi button and we are entering the e-identification service of the Finnish DVV, Digitalization Agency. And in a regular situation, we would be presently using mainly different bank IDs because they are part of the federation. So you can actually log into e-services in Finland with your banking IDs. But for this demo purpose, we use the test IDP service here, which is a simplified service. We simply, this is Finnish text only, but the user interface requires only to feed the personal ID number of a person who wants to log in, authenticate. So we'll log in as this person and let's see who that is. We authorize ourselves and the test identification identifies this person as Marita Kugeltes, residing in Helsinki. So now we are logged in as Marita Kugeltes, and then we continue to the next service, which will provide us the authorization service information about which companies is Marita allowed to represent according to the business register. And we found Zactric here, and we can check that in the background, of course, exactly. Zactric testifirma with the business ID 700, so forth, and they have as their managing director, they have this person who turned out to be Marita. So now Marita, who is logged in here, can choose Zactric testifirma as the company that she represents, and then we go to the e-service, which in this case is the company wallet or business wallet of Zactric testifirma. So up to the right, we see that it's Marita who's logged in here and representing, and the wallet itself is Zactric testifirma's wallet. And there are a number of functionalities here. We could check the credentials. At this point, we don't have any credentials. So this is an empty wallet. And in order to be useful, we need to apply for certain attestations or credentials. Especially we've been talking about the LPID and then a EU company certificate as kind of core attestations to be used in corporate authentication cases. So we'll start by applying for these credentials to be sent to the wallet of Zactric testifirma. And that means that we choose now the PRH portal. And in this portal, once again, if we at this point would have Marita would have a EUDI wallet of herself and fetched a PID, a personal identification number, to the wallet, she could log into the service through the QR code. But we'll once again use the Suomi.fi button, and she should be authenticated there already. Yep, Marita Kugeltes, because it's a single sign-on authentication. So the authentication service remembers that Marita is already logged in, so she can access this service as well. Let's change the language to English. So we're in the service portal of the PRH, and in this portal, Marita can now ask for certain certificates to be issued to the company wallet that she represents. And as company information, we already know that Marita and that service can also check her credentials, which companies is she allowed to represent according to the business register information, and we choose Xatrix testifirma, and we get the same information here as we could see on Xatrix front page, company ID and legal person name and so forth. So same information is coming from the same source. Some extra information, of course, we have lots of data here according to what basic info is registered in the company register. And the interesting part here is now then the attribute attestations that can be issued from this service to the company wallet of this company, Xatrix. So we can ask for an LPID with this information here that can be seen on the screen, and then we can ask also for an EU company for certificate with some more information from the business register about the company and its representatives and so forth. So we'll do that by fetching the address of Xatrix testifirma's company wallet. We can choose either the wallet URI address or the DID web. Let's choose the DID web address and move on to requesting for these credentials to be sent to the wallet. We just paste the address here and ask for the service to send a credential. We can check whether that was successful by jumping to the mini wallet. And on the credential page, you see that we received a LPID credential with the information that was shown in this service. So we can close that one. And then we'll ask for another credential here, also the EUCC with this type of information. It's a business register extract, basically. So we'll send that to the wallet. And once again, if we refresh here, we can see that we received the LPID as an attribute attestation from the source that is the National Business Register. And all the information can be in the wallet, can be, of course, viewed in the original JSON mode. So we can see what it looks like in a more technical way, these attribute attestations. Okay. Let's then move on. And at this point, Marita then starts the application of opening a bank account. And she needs to log in, of course, then to the German banks portal. And this is quite interesting. We could do it in several ways, but the main idea here is now to finally use the PID of the representative. So Marita picks her own personal phone here, and she then opens a EUDI wallet. In this case, we are using the Swedish iGrants data wallet. I have it here. You can't see it, unfortunately, but I have a smartphone with the data wallet. And now the data wallet, Marita hasn't yet gotten her PID issued to the wallet, so she needs to request for that. And that we can actually do in the same mini PRH service. There's actually an additional service here that shouldn't reside in this portal, but should reside in the portal of the Digitalization Agency, who is issuing the PIDs in Finland. But for test purposes, we have it here also. So we have actually a possibility to issue Marita Kugelte's PID to a wallet of her choice, and that we can do now by I'm just scanning this QR code here behind the screen, and I can just tell you that I received a PID proposal, and I can check the information. They look correct, and I accept it. So now I've onboarded Marita has onboarded her PID in her data wallet. So now she can log in with that actually to the bank. And once again, I'm now scanning this QR code, and let's see what happens. I get the information here or Marita can read in her smartphone that she is requested to present her family name, given name, and birth date, and that's it. So she accepts this, and ta-da, we are logged in to the German bank. As you can see here to the upper hand right, we are Marita Kugeltes, and then we can start a service process in the bank. And in this case, we start the service process, open a bank account for a business. And the information that Marita was presenting from her personal EI wallet is seen here. So we can see that the issuer is the Digitalization Agency, DVB, and the attribute attestation is trusted because it's trusted by the federation, the FINDI, or OpenID Federation, and the information presented to the bank is seen here. So we can move on to the next steps. The bank has confirmed that Marita is a real person, and she's now trying to open a bank account on behalf of someone. The next step is, of course, that we identify which company or corporate body is going to open the bank account. So for this, Marita then uses once again the address, the wallet address of the company, because the necessary credentials reside here in the company wallet. So we copy the address here, and we send from the bank. The bank sends now a request to the company wallet. Please, can you present some information? And of course, there could be steps where you accept this and things so forth. But for demo purposes, this has been done just simply by accepting the request and presenting the information from the company wallet. So we can see that the information here, the LPID, is the same data that we have in the wallet here. So this information that can be seen here is identical, and it's been now transferred, presented to the bank. So the bank has received information about that it's Xatrec Testifirma who is trying to open the bank account. And the next step then in the process is that we ask for a EU company certificate, and that is mainly due to the fact that it can prove that Marita is a legal representative of the company. But for other reasons, of course, also banks in their KYC process, they need these trade register extracts, which we in this test are using the upcoming EU company certificates for. So we send a request and we receive the information directly from the company wallet. And one interesting part in the information, of course, the fact that the company certificate lists the legal representatives of the company, and we can see here 3 names: Testiström, Lomaltes, and Kugeltes, and the role is TJ in Finnish is toimitusjohtaja, so managing director, and then we have some other roles here. And if we go back to the original source of this information, the test data service, we can see that we find these people here. Actually, sorry, we have, we don't have the identity codes here, but Varma Lomailentes and Teemu Testiström are these 2 board members here. That could probably be checked in the background, but we don't need to do that at the moment because it's only Marita who is doing the carrying out the business activities here. So this is trusted and it's issued by the PRH, the business register, and so forth. So now we can move to the next step. In case Marita's name wouldn't have been on the EUCC, that she's not a legal representative, but someone who has just been authorized to do things on behalf of the company, we would need to present a power of attorney. And in this case, in my demo, we don't have the power of attorney issued. We could have issued a power of attorney. That would have been done by the company itself, actually, as a self-issuing possibility here. If we go to the mini wallet, we can see that there's an issuer capability here also, and self-issued credentials can include, for instance, a POA, a power of attorney. And it would look like something like this at the moment. This is the template or the schema for the power of attorney that was developed in the EWC pilot. It will be further developed in later projects, because it's a complicated thing, this power of attorney. It can be simple, but it can be also very, very complex. Anyway, it would be something like this that would have been issued by the company Xatric, that shows that Marita then has the is authorized to act on behalf of the company, and then the bank AG could ask for that. But we skipped this because Marita was also already mentioned in the as a legal representative. So now we can see that from the bank's perspective, the bank has then verified different things, verified that we are talking about the same legal person here, both in the LPID and in the legal, in the EUCC, where this is the EU ID of this eccentric company. And then the bank has been able, through this issuance, presentation of these credentials, these attribute attestations, has been able to check that everything, all the requirements are fulfilled for actually continuing with the process. So even without the POA, we have a green light to continue. And the next step would then be that we would, the bank would of course ask for more information that is needed in the KYC process and according to internal regulations. But the core part of onboarding a new corporate client into as a bank customer is already now in place here. So thank you for your interest, and I'll stop here.